Hello, Joy Olson here of Blockbuster Fundraising. Wow, you know, this past few days, something very important happened. September 23rd came and went. But what that means to you, the development director, the primo fundraiser that you are, is that gave you 100 days left of 2018 fundraising, the most important 100 days of your fundraising year for sure. And as a former development director for many years, I try to put myself in your office, in your place, thinking about what would I be doing or thinking about this particular week of September to get ready for year-end fundraising. And I went back and reviewed my former 100 days of fundraising list and Giving Tuesday, making Giving Tuesday plans, organizing, pulling it together seems really strategically important to me because I feel like it gives you a wonderful spot to start your year-end plan. And I hope that you are planning to do a specific project for Giving Tuesday, because if not, you're missing a great opportunity, and I think you're missing a great acquisition opportunity. Those are my thoughts. Well, as you know, Global Tuesday is really pretty, it's a youngster on the block, and it has grown massively. And last year, I was just looking at 2017 statistics, over 2.5 million gifts, individual gifts, were given on Giving Tuesday. That's how many people participated. Those are numbers you can't ignore. And this is a number you really can't ignore, is the $300 million that was raised on Giving Tuesday. Pretty impressive, right? I think Giving Tuesday is fun too because you can really you can have fun with it. You can get creative with it. You can have a specific project. And so let's talk about what it takes to put together a Giving Tuesday plan and what you need to be doing and what you should be doing right now. You know who's really expert is CauseVox, and go in and download their timeline for Giving Tuesday. I think you will find it extremely helpful. Each and every year that Giving Tuesday has been in existence, I would follow CauseVox and what they had to say and what they were thinking. And I noticed that, I think just in the last couple of days, they put their new 2018 their slide, their timeline, their checklist. So get it and follow it. And here's what they say that you, CauseVox, what you must do. You've got to set a clear goal. And it doesn't have to be outrageous. This isn't your year-end goal. This is a specific project in your year-end fundraising plan. So you set a clear goal and you have a definite focus on why. Why are you doing this? So, of course, you want to pick a project that you feel that supporters or possible supporters can really relate to and like and feel like they'd like to support it and share it with their network. So, the main thing to get people to share is tell a fabulous story, a heartwarming story. It pulls on the heartstrings. It makes a difference. And then that story inspires us and rallies us to action. And that's what you're looking for. A specific project with a specific, wonderful, heartwarming story that exemplifies the impact of that project getting successfully done with your supporters' help. CauseVox also says those are the things you must do, and don't assume this is going to be easy, and don't rely on only social media And don't just make it a general ask. Be very specific. So I find, and I mentioned this earlier, as a development director, I thought to myself, after about the second year, this is a fabulous acquisition opportunity. I mean, it just seemed to be so much of a better investment of time than doing an acquisition mailing. So I think you should really consider Giving Tuesday as a great acquisition potential. Of course, Cosvox, and they're an expert at this, they say sit down, talk about it with your staff, figure out if everybody supports it. Is it right for you? But I suspect it is. And here are 5 good reasons that I think that you should consider a Giving Tuesday campaign. And that is because you could address a specific need that you have and show the impact. And that's always good. It's, number 2, an excellent way. It's a fun way to kick off year-end fundraising. It gets you in gear, gets you motivated, you're on track. Thirdly, it's fabulous fun to try something new. Get creative. This isn't your serious gratitude letter at Thanksgiving, your final year-end ask. It's fun. It's creative. It gives you an opportunity to reach out and introduce yourself to maybe supporters that have been thinking about coming on board, supporting you, watched you from afar, and all of a sudden you've got something. And it's not huge, but they can make a little difference. It appeals to them. They like the project. They can see the need. They love the story. And guess what? They're willing then to share it with their friends. And that is really important to success at Giving Tuesday. You want something that's really heartwarming enough and that touches the supporter and the donor, but something that they feel good about sharing. Look what I'm going to do. This is something that I've decided to do. It makes me feel so good. I know that you like helping the animals too. I thought I'd just share this opportunity with you in case you might be interested. And it's fabulous, number 4, to engage your current supporters. And don't forget those. I keep talking about acquisition because I truly believe that Giving Tuesday has fabulous acquisition potential, but it's great for current supporters. And how I would do this as a development director, I would say to your current supporters, hey, I'm sure you're aware of Giving Tuesday, this global giving movement, and a lot of nonprofits are participating, and we're proud to say that we're participating with this particular project. It's something that we wanted you to know about. We just appreciate your past support and just thought that maybe this particular project might be something that you might want to share with some of your friends that like us, that you've talked to about us, and perhaps this project would be something that they would feel really good about participating in. So in other words, you don't have to make it like a year-end ask. You want to include them with what you're doing, let them know that, hey, we're competitive with all these other nonprofits. We've put together a Giving Tuesday project too, and we want you to know about it. And aren't you proud of us? That was kidding. And then, of course, 5th and finally, Giving Tuesday gives you a marvelous opportunity to participate with corporate partners. So perhaps there's been a corporate business partnership that you've been thinking about, and all of a sudden your Giving Tuesday idea, you think, oh, that would be perfect for this particular business. Maybe they would love to be a part of this Giving Tuesday project. That's the fun thing about Giving Tuesday. You can be creative. You know, it's not a 5-year plan. It's not a 3-year plan. It's Giving Tuesday. Hey, did I tell you that it's November 28th this year? And you know that it's always after Thanksgiving, right? I should have mentioned that at the beginning. Well, Cosbox is hoping in their timeline that you got started in July and August. And we mentioned it in July and August, but what they're hoping is that you got done in the summer months was to think about it, think about your messaging, and set up a timeline. Now in September and October, and of course you got a few moments left in September and all of October, they suggest these steps. You can begin developing your fundraising site, your video, and other promotional assets. Site, like your website, SITE. And that is why a video is so perfect for this. Of course, because really you're going to use social media to get your Giving Tuesday message and project out there. So I love the video part of it. And of course, so you've got your website, your video, and any other promotional assets that you want to use for Giving Tuesday. And then, as we mentioned before, you want to send out a communication to your, it could even be a postcard, to your current supporters saying, hey, we're participating in Giving Tuesday. We've got this really nifty project that we want to tell you about. And so let your friends know and let your family know. And if it's something that you like, we want you to know this is what we're going to do on this global day of giving, because it will make a nice difference. And then they say, and during this month, you need to ask key supporters to help with the campaign. And I think that something that is so important here is your staff and your volunteers and your board, and especially your young staff and volunteers that really love social media, and they're willing, they love you, and they're willing to get out there and engage their friends, because they're from the generations, the generation that they like to give, but they like to give personally and to their friends and family, and support causes that are easy for them to share. So I think, and each year I would work harder and harder on that, trying to involve the staff and the volunteers and the board, anybody that you can that really is so comfortable with social media and getting in there. And now when you download, and I hope you do, this Cosvox timeline, then they talk about in November that you're going to launch your website page for your Giving Tuesday campaign, etc., etc. I won't get into that, but the main thing is get started now. It's on this marvelous opportunity, this acquisition opportunity, this blast off of year-end fundraising. They talk about planning. So let's talk about determining your goal, because that's number one in your plan. What goal do you have? Do you want to build some little new something, a project, put it together, a smaller project, and you need $5,000? And or is it another type of goal that you say, let's put something together and try to get 100 new donors? Have a goal, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a particular project, whether it's a certain amount of maybe new donors. Know why you're doing this. That makes it a lot more fun, and it makes it a lot more specific, and it makes it a lot easier for you to tell the story enthusiastically. And of course, they say make sure that your goals are SMART. They're specific and measurable, they're attainable and relevant, and they're time-based. And of course, a Giving Tuesday is very time-based because it's going to happen with or without you. So you have to get this done, and you need to work on it right now. So once you've established then your timeline, and you know what you're going to need, and you know who's responsible for it, and you keep everyone in the loop. Secondly, after you plan, is you want to craft your campaign appeal. I think this is so much fun because they're always smaller projects. You have these big year-end projects that you've had since the beginning of 2018, but you know how the year goes, and there are always things that come up that you need, or a compelling story. You want to do this, it would make such a difference, but it's just not in the budget. That is a great situation for Giving Tuesday. So craft your appeal or your offer really to rally support and make it heartwarming and compelling. Tell why it matters, give the impact, and let your supporters, let your peeps know how they can easily take action and what their action is going to mean, what the result is going to mean. And of course, usually with the Giving Tuesday project, the result is immediate. It's short term. This doesn't go on and on forever. Giving Tuesday is a particular day, November 28th. And you've got this project, and you build enthusiasm, you get going, and then there's a finish line. It doesn't go on forever and ever. Let's see. I love the imagination part of Giving Tuesday. For me, that was always so much fun. And if you have a project, like one year I was at a Humane Society, and we really needed a new washroom for the cats. And so my executive director, who at the time, who was really fun, climbed in the bathtub that we were currently using, and we had so much fun with the video. So have fun with this. I mean, you can just do so many cute things. I know, here's some quote about, somebody said, in 24 hours, we're raising $24,000 to provide 24 kids the opportunity to go to school. Isn't that good? Don't you love that? Very specific. The difference. Kids begin dreaming what's possible instead of what. So take a stand with us and donate $24 or $240 today, and together we'll provide 24 kids with the opportunity to dream. Isn't that lovely? I'm going to take a picture of that and put that up on the screen for you. I love it. Here's so now you've got your goal, and it's a SMART goal, and you're putting together your timeline. Now you've got to do the preparation. And so the preparation, of course, is going to include your website, your landing page. You don't have to have a whole website, but we can all put together at least a landing page for this with a video that we've all got iPhones. We can put together a video. Have fun with it. You don't have to make it big, huge, and expensive. And your website, and all your social media, this is a compelling reason for that business partner to come on board with you and to help support this, because your business partner will be incorporated into everything you do social media wise and on your webpage. And you're going to create some great content. Have fun with it. Be compelling. And I think that when you get creative and you think in terms of having fun, it really does come together. People get a sense of it, and they get a kick out of it. I think you should be really, if you can, be cute about it, be funny about it. have a good time with it. Of course, like sending the 24 kids, that is so good. That's heart tugging, and you can just see the difference that those 24 you're making in 24 hours for those 24 kids. So that's a very serious goal, and one that you can really tie into, and it's definite, and that's what you want to do. $24,000 in 24 hours to support 24 kids and make their dreams come true. All right, so the website, your landing page, you're going to tell your story, and you're going to showcase real-time progress, because you're going to keep it current, up to date, and that's very compelling. And of course, you're going to get as much social proof on there as possible, and obviously invite them to fundraise. I will put this a picture up on of the painted turtle, and give you an idea of what their fundraising page. Maybe I'll put up a couple more to give you some good ideas. But the thermometer, the fundraising page, that's why it's so nice to use people like Cosvox and some of the other people that do this. They make it so easy, and of course they make it easy now to you send out immediate thank you notes. They give you feedback. You can thank these people. It's the software that they've got to help you out with Giving Tuesday now, I think is really fantastic. Their Cosvox says to start promoting your campaign 2 to 3 weeks from Giving Tuesday. So like I said, this is a specific timeline. Not only is it a specific project, but you've got a specific timeline. It doesn't go on forever and ever. And they give you a really a good way, good idea of exactly what to do in those 2 or 3 weeks. You want to really get your key peeps that you've found, your peer-to-peers, get them 2 weeks out to really start building their own personal fundraising pages. And you will find those in all the software. Your people can, and it's really nice when you're a nonprofit, because they're linked up with you, and their friends can see that right away. This is a legit page. It is a nonprofit. And they say send an email announcing the campaign to all of your supporters about a week before the giving day. As we all know, it's getting into a real busy time of year, so you want to remind people not too far out in front. It's almost like going to the doctor's office. You almost know that they're going to call you the day before, and you think, whew, there's no way I'm going to forget. So you don't have to be reminding them way ahead of time, but you do want to remind them about a week before the giving day. And I think I would remind them the day before too. Say, hey, tomorrow's a big day. Of course, it's Thanksgiving. Just let them know. Keep them in the loop. And send an email the day prior, even though it is Thanksgiving, and 2 to 3 emails the day, Giving Tuesday, during the day, to keep up the momentum. See, they make this really easier, telling you exactly what to do, just exactly. The nature of Giving Tuesday is for people to support the causes that they love. And this is the only reason to participate, is it gives you a chance to give a little bit to an organization that you really care about, that has a project that you know will have nice impact. So peer-to-peer fundraising, using your supporters to seek out support for this project from their peers, is really the perfect tool to enhance your campaign. I honestly think it's the best. You just need to get people involved that are willing to share this. And the more people that will share your campaign are they're going to make you successful. So you're thinking, well, who can fundraise? Well, your key supporters, people that you know, like your board members and your major gift people. Let them know what's going on, and they will say, how can I help? You could help simply by sharing this with your friends. And then your board members, they're going to help you. Your Facebook community, your Instagram community, they will help you. And that's why the images and the creativity and the videos and the fun and the impact and the heartwarming pull will make a huge difference. And then don't forget your event attendees. Lots of times we have people that come to our events that we never see again until the next year at the big event. Well, let them know. This is a perfect opportunity. Say, hey, we just loved having you at our event last spring and thought that you would get a big kick out of what we're doing on this National Day of Global Giving on Giving Tuesday, and thought perhaps you would want to share it with your friends, because a little bit is going to go a long way. Like I said, if you go onto CauseVox, and I'll put up the checklist timeline that they've got, they have a calendar, a promotional calendar, a sample, a template, that starting on November 12th, they tell you exactly what to do each and every, November 12th, November 14th, November 19th, November 26th, November 27th, November 27th, November 27th. They give you the templates for the emails. And then on November 28th, send out a big thank you for all those Giving Tuesday gifts. So what do you think about that? I like it, and I hope that you are excited about doing a Giving Tuesday campaign, and that this will give you some impetus, some get up and go to get it ready, and talk to your this week at your staff meeting. Meet with your peeps and say, hey, perhaps you're already on board and you know exactly what you're going to do. And if so, that's fabulous. So make it fun, make it exciting. Hey, Joy Olson here, Blockbuster Fundraising. We enjoy visiting with you on our Facebook Live presentations every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Lots more fundraising information and tips on blockbusterfundraising.com and joyolsongroup.com. Hundreds, way over 300 of fundraising tips on our Blockbuster YouTube fundraising page. And you know what I did this year? In 2016 was my first year that I decided to be a fundraising consultant and leave the day-to-day job. But you know what I did that very first year? I did this countdown starting on September 23rd right through December 31st at 12 p.m. Exactly what I would have been doing to make sure that I even surpassed my most optimistic year-end fundraising goals. And so I went back to refresh my recollection. Now, what would I be doing if I were them and in their office this week? So there were some other things, and you can go back on that playlist. You can find that on YouTube. It's back in 2017 year-end fundraising. But hey, we'll keep you up to date. We're rooting for you, and we are excited that you're doing well and that you watched today. So thanks. See you soon. Bye-bye.